Hello, greetings. My name is Dr. John Sargent here on the Edinburgh campus of UTRGV. I'm doing a short intro orientation video to get people ready for our 8th annual UTRGV Business Plan Contest. So this orientation is designed to help people who plan to compete or are thinking about competing to know what we're doing, what we're up to, basic ins and outs of the contest. So let's jump into our material. Let's talk about some key dates. Or actually, let me back up just a little bit. If you go to the College of Business and Entrepreneurship webpage on the UTRGV site, you will see a bunch of the program rules. So you should certainly read those over and be familiar with those. And if you have questions, talk to me. You'll have my contact information. And Pablo Rhi-Perez on the Brownsville campus, and Sylvia Robles also on the Brownsville campus. The three of us are the primary contacts for you for the contest. So ask any of us. We'll answer and move things along to help you get ready for an excellent competition. So on that webpage, it talks about some of the key dates. So, key dates to keep in mind. Business plans are due on no later than Sunday, April 23rd by midnight. We like midnight deadlines. We're going to notify the finalists Tuesday, April 25th at the latest, within a reasonable time on Tuesday. And then our final competition is going to be on Thursday, April 27th, starting at 6 p.m. In the Salon Casilla on the Brownsville campus. So those are kind of the basic dates to keep in mind. All right, so one thing I wanted to throw out here, perhaps get you a little bit more excited, is we have tentatively secured $5,000 in prize money. So we'll talk about how we'll distribute that with the winners of our contest. We originally talked about $3,000, but it seems to be up to $5,000. So let's hope it stays there. So, why business plan competition? Here at the college, we are committed to helping students pursue an entrepreneurial career, basically a systematic pursuit of opportunity. And part of that is offering these co-curricular, out-of-the-classroom types of events such as a business plan competition. So this can be helpful for people who are launching their own company, learning how to obtain financing, for example. Also could be very helpful for people internally working in big corporations, even government institutions. You're going to have to come up with ideas. You're going to have to present those ideas. You're going to have to obtain financing for those. So that's basically what business plans are about. Business plan contests are about, and simulating that process as closely as possible. All right, so we think this is going to be a great experience for you, and glad you're competing. We also believe that UTRGV students can successfully launch companies. Had a number in the past. Had some interesting people go on from winning our contest or placing into our contest and pursuing entrepreneurial careers. So you may not be ready to jump into an entrepreneurial startup immediately out of college, but hopefully sometime within your career you'll have a chance to do so, as well as pursue other entrepreneurial projects within the context of existing organizations. So that's an exciting point. All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty details. So what should be on the business plan that you submit on Friday, April 23rd, no later? Within the contest rules, we've got a bunch of information on that on the college website. Those include things like that there is a maximum of 10 pages allowed within the narrative within your business plan, and then additional 6 pages are possible with your appendix, where you might include things like your pro forma financial statements. So standard business plans include things like an executive summary, company overview, product services offered, etc. In those appendix, you might have things like, again, your proposed financial statements and supporting documents, and there's a variety of business development tools on the internet that can be helpful for you to prepare those. Now, one thing that we've asked for teams to do is actually submit an intent to compete. And if you have done that, I'm going to send you shortly. And if you haven't, please send that along to me also. You can get the contact information off the college website for the plan, just John Sargent at utrgv.edu. If you submit that intent to compete, I'm going to send you some of these orientation materials, and I'm also going to send you a judge's evaluation form. So this will give you an idea of how the judges are going to be evaluating your plan. Now, one thing I want to keep in mind here for participants is that it can be a lot of work to put together a highly polished business plan, and realistically, some of you may be able to hit that level, some of you may not. So one thing that we're emphasizing here is kind of keeping things flexible. So if you have the perfect plan, you're going to be in good shape. If you have a less than perfect plan, I would still like you to compete. You may have really a great idea with what you're proposing, and you can compete in the process and then potentially continue to work on the idea and develop that into really a polished idea and something that could have a high chance of success if you actually launch that in the marketplace. So if you don't have the perfect plan, still compete, still submit a business plan, and we can talk about it after that. So you will submit that intent to compete. You'll get some additional material, including how the judges will be evaluating your plan. All right, so you're not maybe positive how to do everything in putting together a highly polished business plan. That's okay. What I'd suggest you to do is to develop some kind of draft, maybe as simple as just stating your idea, maybe something a little bit more polished than that, but then send me a draft, or send our other resource faculty on this particular business plan project, Pablo Rhi-Perez on the Brownsville campus, or Sylvia Robles, and all three of us are prepared to review your draft, provide some systematic feedback. You can take that feedback and incorporate that within your business plan. You might have to go through a couple of iterations to get something that is going to make a whole lot of sense and be successful within the competition. So make sure that you're starting now or close to now so we have a chance to go through that iterative process a couple times and end up with a polished business plan. Again, don't get discouraged. Send something in, engage in the process, contact us. One of the three faculty will help move things along. All right, so you submitted something. What happens then? That submission will be reviewed by an internal committee of faculty members, basically three of us I mentioned. We might incorporate some others, and we will name 5 to 7 finalists, and those are the ones who will be competing on that Thursday in the finals. So we'll notify you no later than Tuesday, April 25th. So you'll have some time from Tuesday to Thursday to polish your presentation. So once we get to that point, the business plans will be sent to external judges. So you don't have to worry about favoritism with this faculty likes me or that one doesn't, who's involved in perhaps that initial screening, or having external people for the final round. So these will be entrepreneurs themselves, people who advise entrepreneurs, or those who finance entrepreneurs, are the type of judges we'll have. So if you're selected for the finals and that Thursday evening, the format will be you'll have a maximum of 10 minutes to present, followed by a maximum of 10 minutes of questions and answers from our business plan judges. And they'll, after the competition, after the presentations, get together and develop a ranking 1, 2, 3. And if things hold as far as our $5,000 in prize money, the first prize winner will get $3,000. Second prize, $1,250, and $750 for the third. Again, those leave us a little wiggle room. That might change a little bit. In the past, we tried to get those funds out to the winners as quickly as possible, and we'll do our best there. There is some bureaucracy in the university, and sometimes that doesn't happen as quickly as we'd like. Hopefully it won't be an issue. Also, at times in the past, we've run into financial aid restrictions, that if you receive all the financial aid that is possible under the caps that are out there, then we might have an issue. But there are ways to get around that, or ways to address that, better stated, and contact me, send me an email, give me a call, stop by and we can talk about ways to address this. As entrepreneurs, we have to be resourceful, and we'll make it happen. Okay, some other things you might want to be thinking about. There's great resources out there on the internet about what business plan contests are all about, and examples of people presenting in business plan contests. So I would suggest that you say, for example, check out the Rice Business Plan Competition. They've got all kinds of information out there on YouTube. See some of those presentations by people. Those are very polished graduate student teams, but you'll get an idea of what presenting as part of a business plan is all about. So I want to keep this short and to the point. That's the basics of our orientation. You may still have questions. What I'd like you to do is to contact me directly. My email, john.sargent @utrgv.edu. Send me any kind of questions you have. Send me your drafts. Send me anything else that we need to make happen to get you prepared for the business plan competition. And we can move things along and have a great time later in the month in April with the competition. All right. A pleasure. Looking forward to it. Bye-bye.